Well, yesterday, a Trump-appointed federal judge ordered ICE agents have to allow detainees to have access to their attorneys in Minnesota after finding the agency had blocked thousands of people from seeing their attorneys or contacting a lawyer during a recent enforcement search. The initial ruling was made in a class action lawsuit filed on behalf of detainees back on January 27th. The court order requires federal officials halt the rapid transportation of detainees out of the state and allow attorney-client visits and private phone calls.
Joining us again this morning, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, when you look at what the judge said, these ICE practices, like what Andy mentioned, rapidly transferring detainees out of state, holding them in a federal building, not designed for long-term detention, depriving them from phone calls and in-person attorney visits, not part of due process, is what the judge is saying?
Absolutely. I mean, you hit it right on the head. I say this all the time. Judges speak through their orders. They may say a lot in the middle of the hearing, but whatever the order says, and this 41-page order made it crystal clear that the judge was not buying what the government was saying. She clearly says, it appears that in planning for Operation Metro Surge, the government failed to plan for the constitutional rights of its civil detainees. That's extremely important. Regardless of how you feel about removing people or moving them, they have a constitutional right to at least seek counsel. And she talked about a number of things that, yeah, you guys make an argument that they have access to the phone, but she states that it's an earshot of ICE agents that are listening to every ounce of the call. Well, that's not what the legal standard is. Once you ask for an attorney, you have a right to see your attorney in private, away from someone else hearing that confidential conversation. And so not only is it violating the rules of our Constitution, but it's violating the rules of professional responsibility for attorneys that are having that attorney-client privilege that's supposed to be protected conversation.
So this order is going on for 14 days, right, while all these legal proceedings play out from this lawsuit. If you are defending the federal government in this, in DHS, are you arguing that no, these things didn't happen, or that we should be allowed to have those rapid transfers to out of state, or limit those phone calls?
It's a mixed bag. I mean, I make an argument like they attempted to make in the hearing. The department attorney, she told the court last week that people detained in the detention facility have access to counsel and have unmonitored phone calls. The only problem is the judge came back and said, well, the record doesn't support what you're saying. She asked this attorney, have you even ever been to the facility? And she said, I haven't even been there. So if I was representing the government, first I would have went to the facility. I'd also make sure that the people there are doing things to be compliant with what the Constitution requires. So then when I make these statements in court, the judge wouldn't be able to come back because I'm making those arguments. I'm just going to have the support behind it. I think they didn't believe that the judge would check. And so the judge was like, well, you're making these statements, but the facts do not support what you're saying.
Okay, so while the litigation continues, you got this order that stands for 14 days. What happens on day 15? Does ICE have to stop all of those practices and then they can go about their business?
I would anticipate that at some point there would be a permanent or a preliminary injunction. Remember, this is a temporary injunction. We're asking to go through the 4 factors like we always do. Is there irreparable harm? Likelihood of successful marriage? Balancing of the equities in this public policy? The judge went through those things and said, hey, now we got to give them an opportunity to do what I'm saying. We'll come back and say, can I now have a permanent or longer injunction? But the standards are still going to be there.
All right, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, weighing in on that once again for us. Thank you so much.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.